to Shades Tube, and thank you so much for tuning in. It is Friday, you guys, January the 17th, 2025. It's 12:05 out here on the West Coast, and I am so happy to see you guys here for another Fab Live. All right, before we start off with this live, let me ask you guys to thumbs up this video if you enjoy this content. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Please make sure you share and leave a comment. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. It will be in my comment area, and part of it is scrolling across that banner. All right, guys, if you want to show additional support to this channel, you can do that by doing a super chat, a super sticker, or a cash app to $ShadesTube, or you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99. Over here in the chat, guys, we have Jermaine in the place to be and Tony in the place to be. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Welcome to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watches this in the replay. Okay, guys, tonight I'm going to do sort of like a reaction to the Diddy Making of a Bad Boy. And I'm going to just be telling you some highlights from the film or the documentary, and then I'll give you my personal opinion. You guys can put yours in the chat and we will go from there. Also, Busta Rhymes was arrested and charged for beating his assistant for being on the daggone phone too long, you guys. Y'all, we got a lot of stuff we're going to go over tonight real quick. Besides Busta Rhymes acting crazy as hell, I also have some updates on, let's see here, Cash App. Okay, they are in trouble again. Capital One had an outage today. We'll talk about that a little. And then any other breaking news that I have in updates, guys. All right, so get you something to drink or relax and seat bed, and check out Shades Tube. Hey, Most Hated, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy and blessed Friday to everybody. Now let's get this on the road. Okay, let me turn this music down just a little bit. It's always loud on my end. I mean, I like it loud, but I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, I hope you guys had a great Thursday. Let me get some water real quick. Yeah, I had that too loud. I had it all the way up. I didn't even realize I had it that far up. We'll put it right there. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys watched the documentary. Did you guys watch that? Because I told you guys yesterday, make sure you guys check it out. It wasn't what I expected. Well, actually, it was what I expected it to be. Just basically telling me things that we already discussed on the channel with maybe a couple of new things that I haven't heard of. But overall, it was basically a lot of repeats, repeating of information. But it still was okay. It still was okay. So did you guys watch it in the chat, in the bushes? Did you guys watch it? People who watch this in a replay, did you guys watch this? Okay, so anyway, let me go ahead and change this header right here, and then we're going to go ahead and start talking about it. Okay, let me just change this real quick. What is the name of it? Okay, let's take this down right here. No, let's take this down all the way down. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. Let me find the information here. Okay. So like I said, The Making of a Bad Boy came out on the 14th. Okay, it was 90 minutes. It included allegations of abuse and extra misconduct against Sean Diddy Combs. And they had interviews with multiple people, including his past bodyguard, a childhood friend, a former bad boy employee, an accuser, and more. And these people either recalled knowing him or working with him throughout his life. Now, singer Al B. Sure also spoke in that documentary about his ex, Kim Porter's relationship with Combs. And as we know, Combs is currently incarcerated, awaiting trial on charges of ex trafficking and racketeering. Like I always say, Diddy team and Diddy has denied all allegations, including the claims made in Peacock's Making of a Bad Boy. Okay? He definitely denies the baseless allegations being circulated in connection with the documentary. Okay? And that came from a statement from his attorney to the filmmakers. His attorney said this documentary recycles and perpetrates the same lies and conspiracy theories that have been slung against Mr. Combs. They also criticized the documentary as irresponsible journalism of the worst kind for allowing proven liars and opportunists to make false criminal accusations. And let me stress this, honestly, no one had any real physical proof. All of this is basically a word of mouth and what people claim they saw Sean Diddy Combs do. All right. So let me tell you about Al B. Sure. So Al B. Sure remembers Kim Porter warning that getting involved with Combs would get him unalive. And I remember telling you guys about this the other day. So Al B. Sure, as we know, he has a son with Kim Porter. And they had the son obviously before Kim started dating Sean Diddy Combs. Now, in this documentary, Al B. Sure alleged that Porter told him to keep his distance from Combs. He told Al B. Sure not to get involved or Diddy will unalive him. Okay, and so Al B. Sure said he could not talk anymore in detail about this because of his in process legal proceedings, I guess, that he's doing against Diddy. Anyway, he did hint, like you have always done. He said Kim Porter was trying to save him, and she was also putting her own life in danger, allegedly. He also raised suspicion about the circumstances of Kim Porter's unaliving. However, the autopsy reports did rule that her unaliving was due to lobar pneumonia. Now, in the documentary, you guys, they noted that there has been no official evidence of foul play or unnatural causes in Kim Porter's unaliving. And they point to a statement from Porter and Combs' children calling such rumors false and hurtful. Now, Al B. Sure also suggested that his own health struggles were connected to foul play. He claimed that multiple people were sent to him to assist in the attempted murder of him. Hey, Adele, what's up? What's up? What's up? Happy and blessed Friday to you. So, like I said, this is all allegations from Al B. Sure. I don't know if this is true. Um, he didn't really show no real proof, but sometimes people don't have it. So, we still got to look at the point that he could be telling the truth or he may not be telling the truth. We don't know. A lot of people think that Kim Porter did not pass on from pneumonia, that she just basically caught. They believe that, who gave her something, gave her something that gives you, I guess, pneumonia, whatever the case is. And I actually believe they do have stuff like that that can do that. I can look it up, but I think so. I thought I read that once before and stuff. I may have to look it up if I don't forget. So I'll be sure he really does think that Diddy played a role in his ex's DEATH. And he also was hinting around, like I said, to the possibility that something or someone could have also played a role into his health crisis. And he claimed that people try to come to the hospital as well. So again, I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he thinks he saw people or whatever the case is. You know how some people be paranoid. Or if he's, like I just said, basically telling the truth. But he did talk about that in a documentary. Okay. Now the next person is Gene Deal. You guys already know who Gene Deal is. He is a former bodyguard for Diddy. Now he claimed that he was once called to rush over to a hospital, recalling that Porter appeared to be bruised. Okay. Deal claimed that he could tell that Combs had roughed Porter up on other occasions. Now, the documentary notes that there was no evidence that Porter was the victim of domestic violence. Still, other interviewees also allege that Combs abused Porter. An attorney for a client who is suing Combs claimed that the client witnessed acts of violence against him. So in regards to that could be definitely possible. I did hear other people saying that he allegedly was hitting her, fighting her, whatever the case is. So that could be a possibility. Gene Deal has made many allegations, and I don't know what the purpose would be for him to lie like this. I just don't. Do you guys believe Gene Deal? Do you think that Diddy was abusing Kim Porter? It definitely does. So you said the documentary notes that there was no evidence that Kim Porter was the victim of domestic violence, right? But you know what? It doesn't mean that she was not victimized, though. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he actually did. I'm just, going with what they're saying. Who's to say he did not beat her and she didn't go to the hospital? She did not call the police or anything. She just stayed out of limelight and healed at home. So we don't know for sure. And they could be telling the truth, because just because somebody don't have a police report or went to the doctor, it doesn't mean that they weren't a victim of domestic violence. Okay. And I'm still wondering if she actually had that memoir. And because Albie Shore said, I don't know if that was Albie Shore, I think that was the other dude who said that Kim told him that Diddy was doing. Hold on, y'all. This is damn electric. I'm sick of these people. Hold on for a second, you guys. Hello? And then when they call, you can't even hear nothing. But they're telling me that we're out of the danger zone right now. So they won't be turning off the lights or anything. Hey. But anyway, like I said, I'll be sure he really does think. I forgot what I was going to say about Kim, but he really does think that Diddy played a role in all of that. No, we were no, 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 no. We were talking about the physical abuse. Okay, like I was saying, um, just because someone does not have a police report or they did not go to the hospital, it doesn't mean that that person was not abused. Okay, and not saying that Sean Combs abused her, but like I was saying before, other people said they witnessed her getting abused by him. Like, I don't know if it's true, but I'm just saying, anything is possible. We can't read that out because there was no physical evidence. Now, granted, if he was doing this, since it isn't no physical evidence, it probably won't be nothing done. But I'm just saying we can't rule it out. You know, we can't because we don't know for sure. Right. They did say that unless they were paid off by somebody who got a lot of money. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. It also points out that in 2024, Porter's children released a statement saying there was no foul play in her unaliving, calling rumors false and hurtful. And that is true. But still, um, listen, your kids don't know everything. All right. If somebody give you something to give you like pneumonia, how would your kids know if it's not detected in the autopsies? So of course they would say that because they didn't see anything happening, and they believe that their mom passed on with lobar pneumonia. Now let's see if you can give people medicine to make them have that. Let's see, because like I said, if there's no medications that can do that, and just say she did pass on from there. No, no, no. Just say it is some medications that can give you lobar pneumonia. Okay, so that would mean that all these people might have been paid off. You see what I'm saying? Because they're saying something totally different. So let's see if you can give anybody any type of medication that can give you that. Because I don't know. So let's see real quick. Hold on for a second. I gotta check it. Then we're gonna check it. Let's see. Let's see here. Well, they say you can only get that from bacteria, streptococcus. Okay. Let's see what else they said. It causes inflammation and infection in one or more lobes of the lung. They say it can happen on its own or after a cold or the flu or CV-19 or RSV. And they said the pneumonia vaccine can help against that. So it's different type of bacteria that can cause you to have that. So let's see what else. So it is some. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, some medications can cause pneumonitis. They said certain antibiotics, many medicine used to treat cancer, and some medicines that keep your heartbeat regular. So let's see here. They said also these medications can increase the risk of pneumonia. Wait a minute, hold on. Antipsychotics and antidepressants, opiate, anticholinergic drugs. I don't even know how you pronounce this other one. GABA, peptinoids, proton pump inhibitors, and inhaled cortisones. That can cause, that can increase the risk of pneumonia by 1.2 to 2.7 times. Wow. So wait a minute. Oh, I'm not lying. Listen, it said, can someone give you lobar pneumonia? They said yes. Well, I guess they're talking about if you have lobar pneumonia, you can spread it from person to person by bacteria or viruses. Okay, I thought they was going to say something else. So let's see what else. Okay, let's see. So she suddenly got pneumonia, right? Because Albie Sure said he saw her a day or two before she was fine. But they said you can get it suddenly. Yeah, they said you can get that suddenly. You can have a virus, like I said, like the flu or common cold, or a respiratory virus. You can have bacteria. You can have mycoplasma. You can have a fungi infection or other infections. I don't know how she got it though, but I mean, maybe she had a cold or something before. I don't know. Let me see if you can take a medicine. Can medicine give you? Let me say it a different way. Okay, this is a listen. Here are a list of drugs that can cause lobar pneumonia. We don't need to be looking up too much of it because I don't need nobody to be sending out no hit. Okay, let's see. Here are some drugs that can cause it. Let's see. These are some medications that could potentially lead to lobar pneumonia. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can't even pronounce these words. Okay, but it's a lot of them, and I'll show you guys what they are. Okay, so I mean, I'll be sure may have something. You just never know. Okay, if somebody did unalive her and gave her this type of pneumonia, then of course the coronary report, I mean the autopsy report would say what it says. Okay, it would say that. And of course the kids would say there's no foul play because they're going by what the coroner said. But that doesn't mean that someone could not have given her something to make her sick like that. I'm just going with I'm playing the devil's advocate, Jermaine. Okay, anything is possible. I bet you didn't know all these drugs can cause lobar pneumonia. You even have drugs that can cause symptoms like it. Okay, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, anything is possible. So yeah, we just looked it up, so it can be possible to do that. When you ask here, is there a drug that can cause that pneumonia? They say yes. Okay, and I told you the list of drugs that can cause it. Certain heart medications can too. All right, one of them is called AMIODARONE. That can also give you that type of pneumonia. So they have a bunch of things. Nitrofurantoin that's some type of antibiotic used to treat UTIs, urinary tract infections. Let's see, codeine, morphine, fentanyl, all those can increase the risk of pneumonia. So those can increase the risk, and then some can actually, I guess, give it to you and stuff. So if you're trying to unalive somebody like that and to make it look like it's something you caught, so nobody can tell that that person was unalive, a person would basically research this information to find out which um, drugs would be, which drug would do that. So again, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Not saying that that's what happened to her, but I'm just playing devil's advocate since Al be sure thinks that, you know, Kim was unalive. You know, like I said before, he would have to have some physical proof, evidence. Otherwise, he'll be assuming this. He is asking for them to um, look into the case again. So I don't know if they're going to open that case back up to check out everything again. I don't know. But if they do, it's going to be a trip. All right. Tree, this channel is breaking news. We talk about different issues. All right. So if you don't like what you hear, you don't have to stay here. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. All right. So the next thing that they discussed in that documentary is the fact that they said Combs physically attacked Cassie in a hotel years before that infamous surveillance video, allegedly. All right. Well, the tunnels are there, but we don't know if they're using tunnels for what all these people said. They do. I showed you videos that showed you guys tunnels, okay? Actual videos. But that doesn't mean people are using these tunnels to traffic kids or to do other weird stuff. You know, that's what people say, you know, like Ali Carter. But if you don't have a physical evidence, it's just word of mouth. You can't even use that in a courtroom unless you can, you know, show some physical evidence that the tunnels were used for ex-trafficking people and children. Okay, if you don't have any proof, you can't say that it happened. We know there are tunnels. There's a bunch of tunnels. I told you guys a story about a YouTuber went inside of a tunnel a couple of years ago. We're gonna block Jermaine, take this person out this live, okay? Because I'm talking about serious subjects over here, and I'm trying to figure out why you even over here. And I don't want to tell you off, okay? So just block his ass right now before I do it. Okay, I already handled it. Okay. So anyway, like I was saying, I hate when people come over here interrupting because it's not a this channel over here is not the place for that. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking news. We talk about different topics and we give our opinions over here, regardless of what they are. We are not accusing anyone of anything because we are not investigating cases. We're just talking about, you know, possibilities because these people I'm talking about thinks that Diddy did certain things. Okay, point blank. I honestly don't think he did everything. So I mean, it is what it is. I always believe in having evidence, you know. Now, as far as Cassie, though, we know that he did do something to her. Now, they said in this documentary, though, that Combs allegedly physically attacked Cassie in a hotel room years before that video showed. All right. So in the documentary, Mila Morals, I guess that's her last name, a former makeup artist for Combs, detailed an alleged incident with Cassie at the Beverly Hills Hotel in 2010. Now, according to Mila, Combs was angry that Cassie had left to go to a party and barged into the room where they were staying after midnight. Mila said Combs and Cassie went into another room and shut the door. She alleged that Cassie came out with knots on her head. She had a busted lip and she was just beat up. Mila said Cassie told her that she wanted to keep what happened quiet. Now, I believe this, okay? I believe it. I really do. And the reason being is because we saw him beat the crap out of Cassie in the hotel, okay? And plus, even before we saw the video, there were rumors years ago that he was abusing her. So, I mean, the video itself showed this, all right? So, Who's to say he did not do stuff to her before? Point blank. Okay, so I believe Mila. I don't think Mila is making this up. Point blank. Let's see what you said. And thank you, Bronze. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely believe that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you're right. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So they also claimed in a documentary that Combs allegedly groped a former the band member and berated her bandmates. That's Sarah. I remember Sarah. That's the light skin. I don't know if she's black and Puerto Rican or something or what, but I remember her. Anyway, um, she alleged that Combs touched her in a place that he shouldn't have touched her. Okay. And she said after that inappropriate touching, he made her feel intimidated. So then she said she did not want to be around him unless cameras were there. She also claimed that Combs once said that one of her band members on the MTV show made him so mad that he wanted to eat their flesh. And I remember telling you guys this yesterday. Now, according to Rivers, he allegedly told another bandmate that he could pay a crackhead $20 to smack the shit out of them for rolling their eyes. Now, I'm going to tell you, she sure was. I remember her. Yeah, her, Sarah, the mixed girl. I believe her because it just does not look like Sarah would be lying. If you guys saw Making the Band and you know who I'm talking about, you would probably say the same thing I'm saying. I just don't believe she would be lying. Okay. And it just seems like he will be telling somebody, I'll pay a crackhead $20 to smack the shit out of you. It seems like he would say that. Now, this eat the flesh thing, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that could be possible. He might not really mean, if he did say that, I don't think he really meant that he wanted to eat the flesh for real. He probably just said that to make himself seem like he's you know, not the one to mess with. You know, sometimes people say stuff just to intimidate people. And he probably said, if he said that, he probably said that for that reason. Okay, but as far as that crackhead thing, $20 to smack the shit out of that person for rolling their eyes, I believe that. Okay, I believe that 100%. I know. No, she doesn't. You know how some people just look like they lie. I mean, it doesn't mean that she won't lie. But I'm just saying, when watching her or Making the Band and all the stuff, that transpired that we could see, I remember when she was on there, she didn't rap or anything. She was totally different than all the other people. I just don't believe she's lying about that. I just really don't. Okay, so the next one is Combs once spent a night with two underage girls. Now, Combs said, and his lawyer said, Sean Combs has never been with any minors, okay, or did anything with anybody unless it was consensual, all right? So here we go. Anyway, a former Bad Boy record label employee who said he first met Combs in 2015 or 2016 recalled being sent on a mission to recruit girls to come to Combs' infamous parties. According to the employee, every Diddy party turned into a freak-off, and any red lighting in the room or the studios was because Combs felt like that was the frequency for having X. The employee alleged that he once saw Combs go into a room with two girls who were for sure underage and not come out for 24 hours. Like I said before, Combs' lawyers has denied that he ever actually assaulted a minor. Not saying that these girls, well, this dude said that they were minors. Okay, because I was going to say, if he did have some young girls there, maybe he didn't know their age. But this dude, this former employee, says that they were minors. Anyway, this employee's voice was altered in this documentary because, of course, he feared retaliations. He claimed to have witnessed very violent behavior from Combs, who he alleged threatened him about leaving Bad Boy. He also alleged that Combs once showed him videos of two men having sex, telling him that that is what people do to get to the top of the industry. Do you guys believe him? I definitely believe that part, and that's on everything. I believe that part for sure. You know, I believe he probably does have violent behavior from time to time, and he might have threatened him because I have heard other former Bad Boy people say the same thing. And I think it's possible that Combs did show him videos of two men engaging in entanglements. I mean, I don't really find that hard to believe. And if he did do that right there, I don't think that's against the law just to have you watch two men, if they are doing consensual acts with each other. I don't think that's against the law. What else did he accuse them of? Kind of threatening and stuff is, if that's true. And of course, the underage girls is against the law if that's true. But again, they don't have any physical proof. So if you don't have any physical proof for serious allegations like that, especially, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true or not. Because again, he denied doing anything with minors. Right, he could be, and you're right. Anybody present some evidence. You're right. They got to have some evidence. I don't think we are going to ever see evidence because I don't think these people have evidence. Some people are straight up lying. Some people may not be lying. Now here we go with the other documentary fact. They said Combs' mother allegedly threw parties that exposed Combs to ex-alcohol and pimps. Now, this is something else that I told you guys about already, just like the Red Rooms. They claim in the documentary that Diddy's mom used to have parties, like freak-off parties. And like when Combs would come with his friend, they said that it would not be abnormal for the kids to walk into a room and see a couple in there. Okay, that's crazy. And he also claims that them being around Sean Combs' mom, having all these escapades and things like that, it kind of desensitized them. So that could be another reason why Diddy, if he does do all this weird stuff, that could be another reason why he does that. Even if he don't do anything like illegal, and he just, have all these little orgies and things like that, it may be something he acquired from what he's seen in his youth. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this person, Tim Patterson, is telling the truth. He is a childhood friend. I don't know how these childhood friends and stuff and all these other friends, be telling on this dude, once he got incarcerated. I'm like, if you saw all of these things happening, why didn't you say something before? Why wait till he go to jail and then you want to start telling stuff? And this is supposed to be a childhood friend. And this dude used to live with him too. So again, I don't know if this is true or not. What do you think, Jermaine? Most hated? Do y'all believe this dude? Okay, I'll look at that in 1 minute, okay? His childhood friend also said that Diddy was bullied when he was growing up. And he also said they had alcohol and weed there and called, night girls, night women, all types of people there. I didn't hear him say anything about male on male type things there. I don't know for sure, but I don't recall him saying that he saw that type of entanglements. He also said pimps and pushers were there. So if you say that, then they had other type of drugs there as well. He also said drug addicts. Okay. And the most explosive story, besides beating the hell out of Cassie and maybe participating in Kim Porter's unalivement, is the Combs allegedly held a woman at knife point and gang raped her in 2018. Okay, now let's see who said this. One of Combs' accusers, named Ashley, also appeared in this documentary. She didn't show her face. She claimed that Combs once told her she would pay for mentioning rumors that he was involved in rappers Tupac's unaliving. I told you guys about her once before. She alleged that in March 2018, Combs held a knife inside her mouth and then violently raped her with a TV remote. Ashley claimed that Combs and multiple people raped her for hours, while an employee told Ashley that they could sell her to anyone in the world and she would never see her parents or loved ones again. She also suggested that the police did not properly investigate it when she filed a report. Okay, so she did go to the police, point blank. She went to the police, and she claims that the police did not investigate it correctly. Now, remember when I told you guys a while ago that some police officers in New York got in trouble because they had a picture of Diddy up, allegedly, and they said they was telling everybody don't, give him, special privileges and stuff. So who's to say that did not apply here? And that's why they did not properly investigate it. This is the first person I believe that I recall hearing say they went to file an actual police report. So do you guys believe Ashley? Do you believe that she was raped with a TV remote and then he had all his people rape her for hours? Do y'all believe that? So let me see what Jermaine talking about. You say you don't believe that Gene, the other dude, what is his name, Patterson, you don't believe him at all? Okay, let me go to this other story you're telling me about. Hold on. So like I said, as far as all of these things that's in a documentary, like I said before, like Jermaine said, they are not really showing any type of real evidence or proof. The only proof that I did see is the Cassie stuff, not proof that he was beating her many other times, but we do know he beat her at least that one time. We do know that, okay? Let me go ahead and do this because I don't know what I'm on here. Let me do this. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick so I can pull this up. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Let me go to that article. I think this is it right here. Let's see. I don't want to pin it. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. We got some more facts. Okay, let's see what else they got here. Hold on, guys. So they're basically, let's see. So even Joseph Brown, no, that's Al B. Sure right there, okay? That's his actual name. So Gene Deal, I think these are the same people I just covered, Jermaine, okay? Let's see. Yeah, these are the same things. Yeah, they're just going over the same thing. It's the same stuff. So this is another little part that hold on, let's go ahead and go over this right here. This is something different. So they did feature two relatives of the victims who passed on during the stampede at the City College of New York in 1991. Now, of course, Combs was a headliner alongside Heavy D for a charity basketball game at the college, which was promoted as a 10,000 person event for a 2,700 capacity venue. Jason Swain and Sonny Williams, who both lost siblings in the crowd rush, recalled that Combs gave them settlements that they reluctantly took. Now, Williams said that Combs called him to his office and offered him $50,000, while Swan was giving $40,000. Combs never apologized for the incident. His image is important for him, said Swan. The lies go back to City College. Had someone found him accountable, it might have slowed down the process of all the other things that happened to other people. So that's tripped out. Okay. I remember hearing about the $50,000 and the $40,000. I actually think he should have offered more. And that's crazy if he never did apologize. I don't know if well, this guy said he didn't apologize, so I'm gonna go with him. That's kind of tacky if he did not apologize. So he basically just gave out the money just to protect his image. But the thing is, if you know a person did not really mean sorry or they did not apologize, and you know they're just doing stuff to protect their image, why even take the 40,000? I don't know if the other guy took the 50,000, but I know one took the 40,000. Okay, so why even take that? I don't know if they filed lawsuits or whatever the case is. I can't remember exactly what happened with this case or anything, but I'm like, why take the money? Why not go to court and sue or try to figure out a way you can press criminal charges? I don't know if they could back then. I don't know for sure. But anyway, like I said, in that documentary, they're discussing all of this and then some more. You know, these are the most important highlights of the whole documentary. So if you guys did not see it, go check it out. You know, because it's a trip. And like I said before, it's a lot of allegations with really no proof. The only proof that I somewhat see, like I said, is the Cassie stuff. Otherwise, everything else is just, you know, what people say out of their mouths without any physical evidence, point blank. But I'm not saying none of this happened, you know, because we don't know for sure. We weren't there. But I do know if you're trying to sue someone or you're trying to do criminal charges on someone, especially with those criminal charges, you definitely have to have evidence that shows a person engaged in a crime. Okay, let's see what you're talking about right here. Oh, that's the TikTok thing. I'll let you guys know that in a minute. I guess you got something else on that. So what do you guys think about that? Did y'all watch the documentary? Do you guys believe everything you heard? Do you believe some of these people, but you don't believe any of these people? Do you think they should have done a documentary? I think they really need to let these documentaries go to, because they are basically, everybody's repeating, you know, everything. And then this is the stuff that we already see in the news. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I remember telling you guys about a lot of this stuff. I didn't talk about the Red Room until the documentary, but we talked about the other room. I can't remember what they called it, but you know, somebody said that Sean allegedly has many names, different names for, you know, certain rooms. So I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to move on to the next thing that I want to talk about is Busta Rhymes. He beat his assistant for being on the phone. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch on back to Busta Rhymes. Okay, let's first read Jermaine. He said, I think, what? I think you're probably guilty. I think ours probably guilty personally, but nobody has or can prove it. Okay, okay. I think he could be guilty of some things. I don't know about all that stuff, but I think he may be guilty of some things. I don't know about everything. The minor thing, I don't know if I believe that 100%. I don't know if I believe, him in the room with some underage girls like that. But anything is possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to move on to the next topic. We've been on here for 51 minutes. The time goes so quick, you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about Busta Rhymes. Okay, Buster. Let me change this real quick, you guys. Okay. So anyway, Busta Rhymes, age 52, I gotta wait to open up, was charged with beating up an assistant for using the phone too much. He left his victim with swelling in his left eye. That's crazy. So anyway, according to radaronline.com, they claim that Busta Rhymes was charged with 3 counts of assault after he allegedly beat up his assistant for being on the phone too much during work. Now, who does this for real? Police said Rhymes, whose real name is Trevor Tahim Smith Jr., punched his 50-year-old assistant, Dashelle Gables, in the face multiple times, causing swelling to his left eye. I wonder, did he fight him back? Okay, let's go ahead and finish reading. Now, this alleged altercation was said to have taken place around 10 a.m. on January the 10th, the same day he released teasers for his upcoming album, Dragon Season. And this happened at Rhymes' Dumbo Condo, J Condominium in Brooklyn. Now, sources claimed Rhymes fled the scene after the incident, prompting his assistant to call 911. Paramedics were dispatched to the scene and took Gables to a nearby hospital. Anyway, Busta Rhymes was charged on Tuesday, January 14, after he turned himself into the police. Again, he has been charged with misdemeanor assault in the 3rd degree, attempted assault, and harassment. He was also given a desk appearance ticket, which means he's scheduled to appear in court over the incident. His next court date was set for February the 2nd. Anyway, they said this is not his first time, in dealing with some legal stuff. In May 2007, Rhymes was hit with a DUI charge after police spotted his GMC Denali driving erratically through downtown Manhattan. And then a few years later, in 2015, Rhymes was arrested after he allegedly threw a 17-ounce protein drink at an employee in a New York City gym. The shake reportedly hit the employee in the back of the head. And then 2 years ago, Rhymes was once again accused of throwing a drink after a female fan grabbed his backside as he was leaving the Magic Fashion Trade Show at the Las Vegas Convention Center, where he spoke to attendees. Damn. Anyway, the touchy fan was later identified as fashion boutique owner Nikki Mathis. Now, after the footage of the incident went viral, Mathis confirmed to the Shade Room that she was the fan who grabbed Rhymes from behind. She said, "I didn't mean to touch his behind, honestly. I was just happy to meet him and wanted a picture." Mathis also noted Rhymes gave a very encouraging speech to entrepreneurs before adding, "I have been a long-time fan. I admit I should not have touched him at all, but he's Buster. I just felt like I could possibly get a picture." Okay. Anyway, I think people need to watch what they touch on these stars, okay? Point blank. She said she didn't do it on purpose, but it is what it is. Let me read about two of these comments. Okay, B said, "So he beat his lover because no man at the age of 52 has an assistant that is 50. We been knew Buster was down low. That's his business, but keep your paws off other folks, Buster. P. Diddy, homeboy." So Buster got rumors that he's bi, because I never heard him before. I think somebody did say he attended the freak offs. I think I called out his name with that and was shocked then when I called it out. Anyway, he said, "Busta Rhymes, another piece of shit. He's not a nice guy, and it's going to come out about who he is, a low-life bum." Okay. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Man, these dudes, man. Somebody else said he is going to throw hands at some guy that is trained and he will get flattened. He assumes that he will always be on top. I would choke him out in under 1 minute. Okay. Ricardo said, "Famous clown assholes cause they are rich and use their talent to get out of poverty. It's okay to violate some human as they are." And then another commenter said, "Rapping is not a talent." It is. So everybody can't rap. And some people who think they can rap don't sound like crap. So it is a talent. It's just too bad that some of these rappers give that a bad name. Back in the day when they had first started rapping, people were not doing the stuff that they do now. And people were not making these garbage ass rap songs, some of these songs, not all of them, like they do now. Okay, so I think, rapping does take talent. Everybody can't be a good rapper. You got mediocre rappers and stuff. So, yeah. So what do you guys think about the Buster incident? What do you think about him beating the crap out of his assistants? And I wonder why the dude didn't fight him back. That's what I really want to know. That's crazy. All right, so let's move off of Buster. Okay, it's Busta. And let's go ahead and look at what else we got over here, y'all. Okay, let's see what else I said we was going to talk about. We got about 30 more minutes. What time is it? Okay. So let me go ahead and tell you guys about this Cash App and then Capital One. And then give you guys some other updates. Okay, so Cash App, let's take them first. Anyway, guys, I had told you guys about their class action lawsuit. I don't know if you guys, with settlement, I don't know if you guys went on and did the stuff that I told you guys to do, okay? But anyway, I don't know, it may not be too late to go ahead and fill out the online paperwork. But anyway, Cash App is being fined $175 million for its failure to protect customers in fraud cases. They are being fined $175 million. Anyway, after they investigated Cash App, they found that the company failed to help consumers resolve fraud disputes. Instead of investigating or resolving fraud, the company created a series of obstacles for its customers. They said when things went wrong, Cash App flouted its responsibilities and even bothered local banks with problems that the company caused. They said consumers who use Cash App typically connect bank accounts to the app. When a fraudulent transaction was reported by a customer, Cash App would direct them to their bank and tell them to ask their bank to reverse the transactions. Then Cash App would block that transaction at the app level, leaving the customer without their money and the bank involved in a transaction that originated on the Cash platform. He should. Y'all crazy. Anyway, they ordered Cash App to pay up to $120 million to harm consumers and a $55 million civil money penalty. And that's good because they definitely need to help consumers out when fraud is on their accounts, not direct them to their bank account and then tell them to ask their bank to refund the money or stop the transaction or whatever the case is. And then Cash App allegedly blocks it. That's crazy. Let's see what one commenter said. Somebody said, and yet it will still be used rather than shut down for fraud. This is the problem, people. Wells Fargo, Capital One, and the list goes on. They commit fraud, sometimes a few times, and they still exist, point blank. And I say that is true. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next story, guys. Hold on. And let me keep this right here too for tomorrow. So the next one is about Capital One. Okay, let me find theirs. Capital, I was just looking at the Capital One. Let's see. Man, that's Cash App. Hold on, guys, for 1 second. I'm going to tell you guys about TikTok too. Let's see. Capital One. Well, I can just take straight. I can't find the article, but I definitely know what it says. So Capital One earlier today, had a little outage. Okay. And the outage, when they had the outage, it prevented people from getting their paychecks direct deposited. And what else was it? They couldn't get their money. Okay. Okay, thank you, Kwame. Well, we know that already, but thank you for the information, okay? Let me look up the Capital One thing so I can make sure I tell you guys this correctly. Hold on for 1 second, because I want to make sure I have it correct. I may have it right here. Let me make sure. I don't know how I got way up here. Let's see. Okay, let me go ahead and look this story up real quick, you guys. Hold on. And get the actual article. This little boy was doing what? The kids can be bad sometimes, guys. Okay, let me look this up real quick. Capital One. Okay, outage. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, like I said, they were not consumers could not get their paychecks. Okay, and let's see what else they did. Oh yeah, that's right. It affected processing of their deposits and transfers due to technical issues. All right. Now they claim that this issue was tied to a third-party vendor and is at that time temporarily impacting some account services like deposits, payment processings, small business and commercial bank, and things like that. Okay. And like I said, it also stops some people from getting their paychecks, their direct deposits and things like that. Anyway, they claim the company posted a follow-up message saying it is actively working with the vendor to resolve the issue and restore services. So that was earlier today. So hopefully by now, they have it all under control, and Capital One Bank is up and running efficiently once again. Okay, and they do have a class action lawsuit. I think I told you guys about this a while ago. I think everything is the time limit has already expired, but hopefully you guys listened and went on. If you have a Capital One account or whatever the case is, hopefully you guys went and did your online form so you can get some of that money when they give it out. Okay, I did it too, but you know what, guys? When I moved, I promise you guys I did not change my address. So don't tell them if they already issued it out. Don't tell them where that check is at. I forgot. I even told you guys how much you could possibly get, but I don't remember what it is now. So let's see. Okay. So the next story, we already talked about that we want to talk about. I want to tell you guys about TikTok. Okay. For people who are interested in this. Let's see. So here we go. No, not this. I got the wrong thing. I got Brandy up here rapping. Hold on, I clicked the wrong thing, y'all. Let me go down into the right one. TikTok. Hold on for a second. I got to find the article. Here it is right here. So anyway, you guys already know about the TikTok ban because they claim that TikTok is exposing, Americans' information, like people who get paid through TikTok, because I guess they have to show their identification, give them their social security number and things like that. For the not Cash App, for the Capital One settlement, you can probably just go to Google and type in Capital One class action lawsuit and see if it's too late. You can also do the one for Cash App, because I can't remember the deadlines. It may already have passed, but you can check and see. All right. So just go to Google and type in Capital One class action lawsuit, and then you can type in Cash Apps same way, and it should come up. Now, anyway, let's talk about this TikTok ban. All right. Anyway, they said the Supreme Court could issue ruling on Friday. Here's everything we know. Okay, so anyway, the Supreme Court announced Thursday that it might issue opinions Friday morning, potentially meaning a ruling on the law forcing TikTok's sale or ban in the U.S. could soon be issued, as the app faces a looming ban on January the 19th. And let me let you guys know something. TikTok said if the ban is initiated, they said they're going to close down all of the Americans' TikTok holders. They're going to close their accounts, and you won't be able to log into it at all. You won't be able to see your videos or anything else. They're going to pull the plug right at 12 a.m., I'm guessing. Okay. On the, which is Saturday, I believe. They're not even going to let it stay there. Okay. So if you need to download anything, you better download it today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Because after that, if the ban does go into, if it goes into effect, you're not going to be able to view your videos or download them or anything, because again, TikTok is just closing out the USA. They're not going to leave any of it up. So even if you go get a VPN number, if you don't get that VPN number beforehand, okay, once they close out your account, even if you have a VPN number, I don't see how you can still go to your account. Because if you go to your account, even underneath the VPN number, it's still going to show a closed account. And then because you're in a, because that account is in America. Okay. So even if you get a VPN number, I just don't understand how you would still be able to go on TikTok because your account is going to be closed and you're not going to be able to reopen it. Even if you go and get a VPN number 2 days before to go into your account. I guess if you close that account and change it, I don't know. I just don't see a person being able to get onto that account, even if you get that VPN number a day before, when I think about it. Because if you get it a day or two before, they're going to still close down your American account. So how would you be able to, assess that account even using a VPN number since they are closing it completely down? Jermaine, do you know how they can still assess it even if TikTok closed everybody's account down like they said they're going to do? Even if you get a VPN number, you're not going to be able to get into your account because they're going to know that that account is in USA, right? And also they said, not TikTok, but I guess the government said they're going to prosecute anybody that does that. I don't know how true that is. That could be a lie. Now I heard that, that could be some bull crap. I don't know for sure, but that's what I heard. But I don't think you'll be able to even look at your account if they close it down. Right. So you won't be able to do anything, right? If the American servers are shut down, because if your account is in America, right? Even if you use a VPN number and you try to go and use, another address like out of this country, your original account is still closed down. How are you going to be able to go in there and open it back up? If you go back in there and open it back up, they're going to know that you are in America, right? So they're not going to let you do it because they're going to know you're using something illegally, whatever the case is, to get into the account. Your account is going to already be closed. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to be closed already. So how can you open it back up even if you use a VPN number? I just don't see that happening. So all we can do is really just hope that the Supreme Court put a hold on this. Okay, then Trump is trying to do something as well. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but he's trying to do something. I forgot what he said he was trying to do because I read that earlier, but he's trying to do like a hold or something on it. They told him no one time, but that doesn't mean they have said this time. So if he can do some type of hold or something on it, I forgot what he called it, but it's something that he can do to put a hold on everything. And then for a couple of days so he can take office. And then once he take office, he said he was going to stop the ban. And that's what I think I read that. Okay. Now, anyway, they said on January the 16th, the Supreme Court website says it may announce opinions on the homepage Friday starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, meaning a ruling on the TikTok case could be delivered 2 days before its ban is slated to take effect. Anyway, they did say the Biden administration does not plan to intervene against the law forcing TikTok ban or sale by January the 19th, according to multiple outlets. One day after NBC News reported Biden's team was exploring options on how it can avoid the app being shut down. Though ABC reports Biden also won't take action to enforce the ban against app stores or internet providers. Okay. Now, on January the 16th, Scroomer said it is clear that more time is needed to find an American buyer, noting Senate Democrats' failed attempt to pass a bill extending the January 19 deadline and urging lawmakers for a solution that keeps TikTok in the US while also protecting Americans' data privacy. The law banning TikTok unless China-based parent company ByteDance sells the app based on a bipartisan basis last year. Anyway, January 15, Trump, who takes office one day after TikTok is banned, is considering, that's what he said, an executive order to suspend the ban's enforcement for 2 to 3 months. And that's according to the Washington Post. Now, January 15, 2025, TikTok CEO Xu Zhi is expected to attend Trump's inauguration, according to the New York Times. Okay. January the 14th, ByteDance would likely expect $40 billion to $50 billion for the platform's U.S. operations. All right, and that's an estimate given by Redbush, an analyst, Dan Ives. That's his estimated amount he thinks ByteDance would likely ask for. And that also depends on if the algorithm is included. But I thought I read that ByteDance said they are not going to sell the algorithm part of it. So I don't know. Yeah, Biden said he won't enforce it. Okay, but Trump said he would. Now remember, originally Trump started the original ban when he was in office, okay? And then when Biden got into office, he continued it. Now Trump wants to keep it, you know what I'm saying, and just figure out something else, I guess, that he can do. So the fear of, so our data or anything else won't be sold. Not saying that that's what they did, but that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to figure out a way to keep TikTok and at the same time not expose American people data to that country over there. Okay, point blank. Anyway, on January the 13th, Chinese government officials have considered selling TikTok's U.S. operations to Trump ally billionaire Elon Musk. Now, that's not true, okay? They came back later and said this is false, okay? And they did not say this, okay? Point blank. So I'm not going to read the rest of that, okay? Because the people from ByteDance said this is false. They did not say they said they were even considering selling anything to Elon Musk. They actually said they're not even thinking about it because it's ridiculous and it's a false statement or something like that. You guys got to read it because it was funny when I read it, their reactions. This may be here, right here. Oh, here it is right here. He said it can't be expected. Wait a minute, hold on. They said ByteDance told Forbes it can't be expected to comment on pure fiction when asked about the Bloomberg report. So they're not going to comment on that because it's not true. It's false. On the 10th of January, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments over the law requiring TikTok to be sold to a U.S. company or face a ban, with justices appearing inclined to uphold the law after appearing satisfied with its focus on the controversial Chinese ownership of the app's parent company, according to the New York Times. And then on the 9th of January, billionaire Frank McCourt's Project Liberty announced a proposal to buy TikTok's U.S. operations, but not its algorithm. And they said that was going to be worth $20 billion. And then another investor, the Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary, was going to invest in it as well. But I don't think TikTok was down with that. And then on the 6th, Martha McCallum, I think that's how you pronounce the name, I'm not sure, Cullum was planning to buy the app, but he also said that he needed Trump's help to do so. And then, of course, on the 3rd of January, the Justice Department asked the Supreme Court to uphold the law forcing the ban or sale of TikTok despite Trump's support of the app. And on the 27th of December, Trump opposed the potential ban of TikTok in a court filing. Okay. But of course, they denied that. Okay. So I guess he's trying that. He's trying the executive. What did he say? He wanted to try to do the executive order, but I guess in order to be able to do that, they're going to have to put some type of hold on TikTok ban so that Trump can get into office, right, officially. And then he can do the executive order to put a hold on it for 2 to 3 months, like he just said. Let me go ahead and read this comment real quick. Okay. Now, we just went over this damn article, right? This dude said, so Donald Trump wants TikTok banned in the United States. Well, he can ban the app, but he can't ban people from going on it via a web browser. So really, his TikTok ban is pointless. Nobody said that. First of all, I'm thinking this dude did not read the article. It did not say Donald Trump banned anything. It said that Donald Trump did not ban it. Okay, he actually tried to stop the ban. All right, he tried to put a hold on the ban as well, so that he can get into office and then do the executive order. I'm guessing to get more time to figure out the best solution. A solution where you can keep the app, and at the same time you won't be exposing American people data to foreigners. Okay, so that's what I think he's doing. Then another commenter said, actually, he wants to undo it. Dipshit. No. She said, actually, I wish she would use some punctuation marks or something. But anyway, she said, actually, he wants to undo it. Dipshit. Maybe try researching more before commenting and looking like a moron. Okay. But she does have a point right there. I mean, this person, Chris, needs to read and read it over and over and over again, because it said nothing about Donald Trump banning TikTok. It actually said that Biden was for the ban. He authorized it, and he wasn't going to enforce it though, but he did agree to it. All right. And initially, Donald Trump, when he was in office the other time, he is the one who initially was for the ban at first. And then, like I said, when Biden got into office, then he went in on TikTok as well. But now Donald Trump changed his mind. Okay, point blank. So hopefully, they'll be able to, hopefully the Supreme Court will put a hold on it, or whatever the case is, to allow Trump enough time to get into the office so he can do an executive order if possible, and then he can delay the entire thing for 2 to 3 months while he tried to find, him and his team try to find a solution, that benefits, the people who use TikTok, as well as privacy issues. Okay. So you said this isn't really about data. It's about censorship. They want to control TikTok like they control Meta, Google, etc., etc. Yeah, because TikTok, people be on there telling you information about all types of stuff. As a matter of fact, I get most of my information from TikTok. I think it's a good daggone service. I don't know if they are, exposing our information to people over there in China. I don't know for sure if they are, However, I just think they need to figure a way that we can keep TikTok and at the same time protect, Americans' data. I don't know what they can do to do all of that. We can't even protect our data here in America from certain companies exposing it, having data breaches and things like that. Okay? That could be actually these people who are doing these data breaches, they could be foreign. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. They could be in different countries. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, let me go ahead and give you all this breaking news real quick. Then we get ready to get out of here. Okay, we've been on here for an hour, 26 minutes. It's 1:30. I'm gonna give you maybe 2 stories and that's it. Okay. So anyway, you guys can elaborate if you want to on the TikTok thing. Tell me if you guys in the comment section, in the chat too, if you use TikTok. I use it. I like it. It's fun. And do you agree with the ban or do you disagree with it? You said our data is already available to foreign countries. We do business with international, whatever. I can't pronounce that word every day. I don't know why you just can't use regular words. Okay, but anyway, that's true. And not only that, we also buy things from people in different countries, and we give them our credit card numbers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think it's more than just what they say as well in regards to TikTok. I really do, because there's so many ways foreign countries can obtain our information, especially if we are allowing them to do business here and things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this breaking news right here, and then that's going to be it. Okay, thank you, hon. Okay, let's go ahead and change this to breaking news real quick. Okay, so this little boy right here needs his ass kicked. I'm just gonna say this like this, okay? He really does. Let me show y'all what he look like. He needs his ass kicked. Parents, y'all got to start discipline, not necessarily whooping, but discipline your kids. Put them in time out. Take stuff away from them. Show them that you are the mom or dad. Okay, not abuse them though, but just let them know that they can't be doing certain things. Okay, training starts at home first. Okay, train them how to act like they're supposed to act. You know. Anyway, this dude say, whenever you see me, it's never really me. It's a persona I put on. The real me is evil, dark, and miserable. So anyway, these are the words written by a teenage iller, Hassan Sentamu, days before he viciously unalived a talented schoolgirl outside a shopping center. And I believe this happened over there in United Kingdom. Anyway, he hid a large kitchen knife under his hoodie. The 18-year-old launched his attack on the 15-year-old girl after she grabbed a plastic bag from his hand in an attempt to stand up for her friend. Hassan, who had been studying sports science at Croydon College, had been due to meet his ex-girlfriend, Elaine's friend, to return her teddy bear, but he had arrived empty-handed, despite her maintaining her side of the bargain and bringing his hoodies. So I guess they was giving back one another's gifts or whatever the case is. I don't know. Now, in a Snapchat video taken moments before she was knifed, Elaine can be seen smiling at the camera before snatching back her friend's bag, before her face turns into terror. Unbeknownst to her friends, in her under Hassan jacket was a large kitchen knife, which he used to plunge into her neck. The act of violence was the conclusion in a series of escalating incidents involving Hassan, which has seen the youth injure 2 other schoolgirls. He also spoke of his desire to harm a cat and threaten fellow students with knives and scissors. Anyway, they started looking more into this young man's life, and they started looking at his upbringing and his mental state. Anyway, they did find a handwritten note that he was counting down to his SUICIDE. This little boy had a lot of problems, you guys. Anyway, Hassan was born in Uganda. He came to live in the UK at the age of 5 with his 3 sisters and mother who fled domestic abuse. At the age of 11, he briefly attended a boarding school in his country of birth, where he reported being physically abused with a metal pole. That's sad. It appears his first act of violence was recorded in November 2018 at the age of 12, when he produced a knife in class, pointed it at his chest, and told a teacher he wanted to unalive himself. Upon being disarmed, he claimed he brought the knife to school to use in cooking lessons and received a police youth conditional caution. This is the little girl that he stabbed in the neck. 15 years old. And of course, she is unalive. Now, after his mother said he was beyond her control, he was placed in foster care between 2019 and 2021, with his guardian reporting that his temper would quickly escalate. Now, Hassan did not like being mocked, okay? So they did take him out of school for threatening a child with a knife for being mocked. Okay, so he threatened the kid because the kid was making fun of him. Then in June 2019, he threatened to stab another student with scissors over some perceived insults. Prosecutor Alex Chalk, KC, told jurors when he did not get his way, he would threaten to harm the cat or chop off its tail. He expressed a wish to unalive himself while living with her, and on one occasion drank shower gel and attempted to get a knife from the kitchen. On 2 occasions in December 2019, Hassan placed female students in a headlock, leaving marks on one girl's neck. I'm trying to figure out why they let this little boy do all of these things. He should have been in a home, a home, not a detention center, but like somewhere where they can, in a mental institution. Let's keep it real. To check him, to evaluate him, to figure out what's wrong with him, you know what I'm saying, to counsel him, just to do everything, because something clearly was wrong with this little boy, okay? Anyway, they put him in a school for students with special education needs, but continued to struggle with his temper. In October 2022, his mother called the police to report that he had locked himself in his room and covered the walls with washing up liquid. Okay. Now, anyway, in the months before Elaine's unaliving, he struck up a relationship with her friend, which eventually turned sour, with Hassan telling her via a text, "Your energy is unalive. I'm not ready for a relationship. All the best." Okay. On September the 2nd, he would also send a message to a friend questioning whether he was worth enough to live. Yeah, he had a lot of little problems going on. I don't know why they didn't give him some mental health. Mental help. He also confided that he did not think he would live past the age of 20, adding, I look at my kitchen knives every night, wondering if I should just end my life in my misery now or live another day to see the ones I love. Life is hard and tough, and I can break people physically and mentally. Okay. Now, the day before he unalived Elaine, Hussein had met Elaine and her friends at the Whitgift Center, where they teased him and his ex-girlfriend threw water on him. He was splashed again, and at least one of the girls joked that tomorrow he would unalive them all. Badass kids. Got to watch what you say and watch what you do. It was after this perceived disrespect that Hassan spent the night plotting and thinking about his next course of action, telling his friends, bro, I can't let this slide. Hassan, who declined to give evidence, claimed his autism spectrum disorder caused him to lose control during the meeting, an argument that prosecution roundly rejected. There was no evidence that autism caused Hassan to lash out in friends' murderous violence, the court was told. And I meant to say frenzied. Okay. Jurors also heard that Hassan got into a row with a fellow inmate at Oak Hill Secure Training Center in Milton Keynes during his time in custody. On being accused of unaliving girls, Hassan responded, I will do it again. I will do it to your mom. He said, do you want to end up like her, 6 feet under? I will do the same again. Now, 2 months after her unaliving, an EMS was called to Oak Hill after reports that Hassan had ingested the contents of a chemically activated ice pack. Despite his guilty conviction and the knowledge he would spend a significant portion of his life behind bars, the family of Elaine have been left without their amazing, beautiful daughter. A high-achieving student with hopes of studying human rights. Elaine had also been a talented singer with a deep love of music and dancing. Yet, as her loved ones have pointed out in their tributes, and what her unaliving demonstrates is that one of her greatest strengths was the deep loyalty she showed to her friends. Okay. So this little boy, this young man, actually sounds like he has some deep mental issues. I don't know why they didn't put him in a mental institution and get him the help that he needed, because clearly something was wrong. Something is wrong with this little boy. I mean, not only was he plotting to unalive other people, he was plotting to unalive himself. He was saying all types of weird stuff. He even called himself evil and said that the persona that he's showing to people is not the true persona. His true persona is evil and dark. I mean, you can't tell me people didn't know he was going through stuff, because when he was in the foster home, he was doing stuff. At home with his mom, he was doing stuff. Everywhere he went at the school. And you mean to tell me nobody really thought to put him into some type of institution, like a mental institution, to get him some real help? That's sad. Let's read a couple of these comments. Nobody's mama said, no excuses. You know what sentence? He was fully aware of his actions. Stop hiding behind mental illness. Funny, he never approached any grown man. Anger issues are not mental health issues. Well, in UK, they don't have a, you know what, census over there, okay? The thing is, he does seem like he has a mental situation going on, a bunch of them. Somebody said he shows signs of being a psychopath. And he was only 18, so of course he probably won't be hanging out with no 25-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Because he was only 18. Somebody said his mom did mention that he was out of control. The system failed them both. Failed all of them, actually. Somebody else said no, his mom and dad failed him. Where is his dad? I actually think the boy has some mental conditions going on, okay? And so it doesn't matter what the mom and dad do. Because if he has mental illnesses, he should have been signed into a mental clinic to get an evaluation. And then if he needed to be signed into a mental facility, that's where he should have been placed. And they can get him help. But something is clearly wrong with this little boy, for real. Somebody said, notice how when he finally snapped, everyone immediately paid attention. But when he was repeatedly bullied, no one gave a shit cause and effect. And that's another thing too. When he was bullied, they should have did more. Okay, and I feel like his mom shouldn't have gave up. So I don't know if she did give up easy, because it could have been happening for years. But I don't know. You can't really say because we're not in her position. The thing that I do know is that I feel like he should have been, placed into some type of mental place so they can really evaluate him, watch him and counsel him and things like that, get him some help because something is wrong with this dude. Clap said Brits got rid of GUNs. Now they must ban knives. Next, they will have to ban hammers, then basketballs, baseballs, and then sticks and bats and rocks. And then Tony said, hey, worry about your own country. Okay. Benny said, what's going on with the youth today? Why all of this anger? Where does it come from? This gets rid every day. Again, something is wrong with that dude. Okay, that little boy. It is. I mean, mentally, you can tell just some of the weird stuff he was saying and stuff. And then trying to alive himself. Also drinking the liquid packets and stuff, the jail stuff, just saying weird stuff. Something is wrong with him. They just failed him because, again, he should be placed into a home where he can get proper mental health evaluations and, medications or whatever he may need because something ain't right. All right. Anyway, my condolences are expressed out to the little girls, the young teenagers, parents and friends, and anybody who knew her. And my prayers are extended out to them as well. Sad situation. But I still say, parents need to make sure that they talk to their children. If your kids are getting bullied too, I feel like, you should do whatever it takes. Not nothing illegal, but if your child needs to be removed from that school, then I think you should do that. Because sometimes just talking to teachers and stuff or telling your child to fight back and shit, that stuff don't work. I think sometimes you just need to remove your child from that school, after you talk to the principal or whomever you talk to, and let them know, your child is contemplating doing something to him or herself, because of this being bullied, or they fear for their life, or whatever the case is, and get your kids out of there, because no telling what this stemmed from this little boy. They said he was great and put a metal something in him, so all of that probably played a role. It all probably plays a role into how this young man, acts, and that's why you have these fits of anger and things like that. Sad situation. Okay, one more breaking news, guys, and that'll be it for tonight. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let's see what else we do. So I'll tell you guys this real quick. The FBI is warning of likely additional terrorist attacks. Okay, so the FBI, like I said, in the U.S. Department of Homeland Security are warning that a copycat terrorist attack could happen similar to the New Year's Day New Orleans attack. Okay, so be careful, when you guys are out. And they also urge Americans who are living overseas who encounter kidnapping or hostage situations to call a toll-free number or fill out an online form. So they say the FBI and the DHS are concerned about possible copycat or retaliations due to the persistent appeal of cars ramming as a tactic for aspiring violent extremist attackers. Okay, so they do think that it could be a possibility to see, copycats doing the same thing, trying to do or either doing terrorist attacks. So just be on the lookout when you guys are out, point blank. And if you live overseas, you definitely better be on the lookout and watch your back. All right. So I think that's going to be it, guys. I can't cover every single thing. I got so much stuff here, but whatever I didn't cover today, I'll try to go over it tomorrow. I will tell y'all this real quick. The former executive who was unalive by Luigi, Brian Thompson, they say he was found to have overcharged some cancer patients for drugs by over 1,000%. Okay, so tomorrow I'll finish telling you guys about that. That's a hot ass mess. They have uncovered so much about this dude. I'm not going to tell you guys everything, but I will tell you some things about that. Okay. And also the ex-officer who kneeled on George Floyd's back, he is going to be released from prison. And I'll tell you guys more about that tomorrow as well. All right. I think I covered everything that I said, guys. Let me make sure. And we are getting ready to get out of here. Let's just see. Yep, I sure did. And don't forget, if you want to know about the class action lawsuit for Capital One or Cash App, just type that into Google and it should come right up so you can see if it's too late. If you can still, go ahead and fill out the online form. I don't know if it's too late or not, but you can check to see. All right. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Also, make sure that you thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content and share and leave a comment. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Over here in the comment area, we have Jermaine in the place to be. Jermaine in the place to be. Thank you so much for being here. Most hated bronze, thank you so much for being here, hon. I appreciate you too. A Dub was up in this place. Thank you so much for being here, Dub. I appreciate you. Let's see what else we got. Kwame, thank you so much for your information. I appreciate that, hon. Nightbot always doing his job. The people in the bushes, the people who will be watching this in the replay, I want to say thank you to everybody. Y'all don't forget, if you want to copy yourself a membership, it's $4.99, or you can do a super chat, super sticker, or Cash App at $Shades2. Y'all make sure y'all check out my Dollar Tree hauls, my other lives, my reaction videos, and my YouTube shorts. I got a lot of stuff that I be doing over here, guys, but check those videos out. Show some love and support there, thumbs them up, and share them. Okay? All righty. Guys, I'm wishing you a beautiful night, a beautiful Friday, and I'll see you guys later on a fuckery Friday. Until then, it's a Shades Tube, and I am out. I'm ready to go to bed, y'all. I'm so tired. Thank you, Jermaine. Oh. Oh man. Let me go take all this stuff down, and then I am out of here, y'all. Man, I had fun with this live tonight, y'all. I really, truly did. Excuse any bloopers, because y'all know I be tripping out sometime in the nighttime when I get sleepy. All right. I think I did okay to be tired. Now, good night, y'all. I'll see you in my next live. Have a good day, too. Peace out.